Oh, hi.
Oh, damn, I do look fat. We're gonna sit forward.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Alright, let's go now.
Oh. See how he is, hater.
No, Mojo's a hater.
Yeah, excuse me. I'm trying to set the timer on this whatchamacallit.
You're on Facebook.
Oh.
I was looking over your shoulder.
I was
You're
getting
on
notifications.
Facebook. So, we had a question. So we're only going to cover one of the questions.
Yeah.
Unless we get it done, then maybe we'll go on to another. I thought it was over. Sorry. I know you did a video on using the Bible and prayers. What are your thoughts/experiences with using divine names of God with the prayers? I've seen a couple of books that have mentioned there are secret passwords or names used that make it more powerful. Personally, I'd be a bit worried that it might get me noticed, and I'd have ticked the deity off in some way. I don't know why I was trying to talk like Bill Compton for a second.
I know. I'm like, okay. We've been watching True Blood, and we once in a while we're developing. My southern accent sounds like an Irish one. That's weird.
I know. I was like, yeah, he kind of jumped back on the boat there.
Yeah. So, what kind of divine names? You know, that was somebody that sent that question into us. But it kind of leaves a lot to be asked too. What type of divine names are you using? Are you using biblical divine names? Are you using Kabbalistic divine names? Are you using Coptic, Christian? Mojo, stop eating that. She's chewing on Anthony's weave.
That's not my weave. That's
She got a hairball.
That's a hairball.
You know, pagan deities and their different titles and names, because even then it is said that they're each, you know, the deities had different names and different aspects that they were called.
Yeah.
So, which one is it? If you're using Psalms, I'm assuming that most likely it has to deal with the Kabbalistic names, the Hebrewic, Judeo-Christian names.
I don't know. If they're Christian, I throw them all in the same boat. That's just my personal point. I'm like, that's Christian. Same thing.
What's your opinion on it? And have you done any work with those?
I have. And my opinion is there's a lot of power built up because of these people that get obsessed over them that might as well tap into it, and it's like plugging an extension cord in for your spell. Might as well draw on that power and throw it out so you don't have to use so much of your own.
I kind of think the same thing too. But I kind of have issues with Christianity too, so I don't really do much of the Psalms work anymore. When I was really into hoodoo and stuff, I would, but not so much anymore.
And if you start doing like the Psalms, it's almost like a meditation because you're contemplating on what it is, and it's, if you think about it, half the Psalms aren't really about Christianity. It's about their personal conflicts going through the desert.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but
yeah, it's just different people's it's just a spiritual poem, which helps. Because we use the Orphic hymns a lot when we're doing work.
those work really good.
Yeah.
It's the moments that I think I can sing.
Yeah, but as for using Psalms, divine names, they can help, I think, if you're using the correct context.
Trying to use an improper divine name for something random, I mean, counterproductive, but...
Yeah, it'd be like trying to implore the Kabbalistic, some of the Kabbalistic names and correspondences from Mars or Gubra over to Yesod or the linear type thing. It's just not going to match up right. So by changing divine names, it can help. I've read across and come across stuff too where you would just chant a divine name and contemplate it to help with your magical understanding of everything, and then by also contemplating that, it also works as kind of an invocation. So you bring that energy and that essence into your aura.
Working.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So you kind of got to be careful with it, and what it is that you're chanting.
Satan, Satan, Satan.
Yeah. As for that's stuff that we've seen with the Christian stuff, and I personally don't have in the past I haven't had a problem with it. Now I'm kind of like moving away from the Christianity type of stuff, so I don't use it so much anymore. But it can add some extra juice to your work so long as you do it properly. And by properly, it's usually there's a divine name that's associated with each psalm, and then there's saying the psalm itself, and then usually saying a personal prayer afterward. Now, how you say it is also a matter of opinion too. Some people say that you should chant it with your magical voice, which is supposed to be like awe-inspiring, and it takes practice to do. Other people will just say the name, stuff like that, and they continue on with their work. This is pretty good to do with like candle burning type rituals, I think.
Yeah, because some of those psalms are really long.
Yeah.
So for a matter of convenience, I don't really use psalms as much. Just because I'm like,
Yeah, but with other divine names, like there's a Greek system of the system of magic that we practice. With I practice mostly. It's with Orashtam Sophia. It's like a ceremonial magic. It's ceremonial magic basically, but it's based off of Greek Hermetics. And there's divine names in there. Once in a while, I'll implore the divine names, especially when I'm doing like talismans, or I need some extra juice onto something, and it does lend its extra energy to it, so I can manifest what it is that I'm working towards. But still, it's sort of like, I guess you could put it like it's like a water hose. You kind of point the direction that you're going. That just leads to a really bad sexual reference. Sorry. So
actually,
basically
no one
you're
was thinking anything sexual. Stop
yeah.
it for me.
So technically you're taking your wand and you're pointing the direction that you want the
that
energy to
sounded
go.
worse.
I know it was supposed to.
Oh.
But yeah, and you can put them on talismans. I've seen people inscribe them on candles, especially if offertory type stuff's done to a deity, or something along those lines.
You'll also notice in older books, especially when it comes to witchcraft, I don't know what's ceremonial magic, but like I think it was Paul Hewson's Mastering Witchcraft, and it was like, "'Tis not my hand that does these deeds, but the name of, but the hand of insert deity's name here after the invocation," and that's also to lend more power to the working.
Mm-hmm. That's usually after the invocation's done, though. Excuse me. Yeah. So and then with the invocation, it's more. It's actually to take something on that topic is invocation is a lot deeper than what most people think. People will, in a lot of these books, just write will write down, it's just calling down to God so they can present through a circle, like a nonchalant type thing. It's overlooked in a lot of books, and there's a lot of stuff that's wrapped around that thing too. The invocation aspect.
One of the worst, I can't remember where I saw this definition, but it was in a book by Llewellyn. I do know that. And their definition of evocation at the back of the book was to call something out from within yourself.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
Yeah, I hear a lot of that.
Huh?
I've seen a lot of that too. There's also a lot of theories too with the Goetia that the 72 spirits are 72 different aspects of your psyche, and that you're just calling that out, stuff like that.
Wow, Solomon must have been a great psychiatrist.
In my personal opinion, what I think and feel is that these entities they can show aspects of us, but they're not part of our psyche. This is just my opinion. There's a lot of other magicians out there who are going to agree or hate me for what I'm saying and everything like that, but that's your business, okay?
They're going to look at you and be like, which please?
I was like, find some Jesus and some peace with that, okay? So,
bless your heart.
Yeah. My whole thing is, these are external entities that were thought forms that were created, and so that we're able to conjure them or call them up. But it kind of uses, when you look at evocation, especially from the works of Carol Runyon Pope, he goes into using a scry mirror where you're using your reflection to call this entity up, and your reflection changes. Since the term evocation, so you're kind of using your image and then the entity takes over your image, so it kind of looks like you're calling it out yourself. But my personal opinion is that we're all connected on the subconscious level, so you can call these entities from wherever they're at, and you can use the scry mirror for that, if that makes sense. So, but even with them, with that too, divine names are still used to control and bind these spirits and everything like that. It just depends on the type that you're using.
Usually we don't do that though.
Yeah.
They just show up and they're pretty chill with us.
Yeah, we've used other methods. We've worked with Olympic spirits and different methods, some of the Kavishik entities, stuff like that. It's not a practice that we do for people, so sorry.
We've done it before, that's why we know.
Yeah.
Apparently the results that they wanted aren't what they wanted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's how it turned out.
Mm-hmm.
We have to tell that story. She's probably gonna see it anyways. When we did that evocation at Boone. I want to save more money. Loses her debit card.
Yes. It was this. It was just another which sorcerer we were working with, and we used to do a lot of rituals together and stuff like that, but we both got busy, and he works most nights, so we really can't get together with anybody. So one night we decided that we're going to do an experiment, and we decided to summon the Galushic spirit, Boom! He has to deal with like finances, money, prosperity, stuff like that. So we're like, okay, sure. So I stated my petition, he stated his petition, and then the girl that we were working with was like, I want to start saving more money. The next day she lost her debit card. She had no access to her accounts and everything like that. She's upset, she's freaking out and everything. She calls me and I was like, well, at least you're saving money. And she's like, yeah, stupid petition.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So.
I got promoted shortly after that, so.
Yeah, and I usually end up with a slew of clients after we do those types of works. But yeah, like other divine names that we've incorporated, like the pagan deities.
Hecate. Hecate Phosphoros. Hecate Chthoniya. Cleidophoros. She has a lot more
Yeah, it's like different.
aspects within that deity, what they reign over. And a lot of deities will also share names or aspects of them.
Yeah, with Diana, we do the same thing with with Zeus.
Apollo.
Yeah. So everybody, it all depends on the situation. Like, different traditions, the deities all have different aspects of themselves. So it's like one deity and then there are multiple personas. So you're going to have the same deity who's also like Persephone, underworld goddess. She's like a classic example because she can go underworld. And she can spring. Birth, renewal, and stuff like that. So
there's a meme on Facebook and it made me laugh so much. It was like, picture this, Persephone, goddess of the underworld, but because she's so metal, but she probably wears pastels. You talk about life goals.
Oh, right. So, yeah, that's always a thing.
Yeah. Trying to think of something else because this is a pretty easy topic.
Yeah, it can go into a lot more stuff. It just depends on how specific the question is.
Yeah.
By using it, to constrain stuff, it can be a problem. But that's usually the Galusha type stuff. Ceremonial magic.
No one wants to be constrained, let alone spirit. Don't try to be rude to what you can't see.
Seriously.
Personally, I'd be a bit worried that it might get me noticed and I'd have ticked the deity off in some way.
Well, if you're acting irresponsibly and rude in front of a deity...
Yeah. Using the deity's name, like, in Galusha, if you do it wrong and you're trying to bind them, they're probably going to give you, witch please, and, knock you down.
Yeah. But as for getting noticed, that's kind of the point. So the deity will...
Notice you.
Yeah, take notice of you. And some old pagan prayers that I've seen, even some modern ones, I've seen people with invocations like, Goddess, think of me for a moment, stuff like that. It's like, hey, Goddess, pay attention to me, I need some help.
Look at me, screw everyone else.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So yeah, I guess like that. Yeah, it's, so calling on these different deities, the goal is to try to get noticed because your petition can be heard and manifested. Don't be scared if, kind of embrace it.
Sorry. I know, I'm like, girl.
Yeah, one of the altars is over there and the candles go crazy.
But, what were we just talking about, getting noticed? Yeah, so getting noticed is the goal when calling up these beings. So, that's why whenever you're first starting out practicing magic, you must be really careful. Because think of it like yourself as a match in a dark, dark cave.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever else is in the cave is going to go attracted to you.
Seriously, for sure.
Preach. Right as a rapper, need an umbrella. Phil Drizzle.
Phil Drizzle. Yeah, I wanted to add something else to that. Phil Drizzle. One of them is, if you're scared of these deities retaliating or doing something bad to you, go to the deity with respect.
Usually an offering helps too.
Yeah.
And not asking for shit right away too.
Yeah, get to know your entity, get to know your deity that you're
build
working
a
with.
relationship.
Yeah, it's gonna be like somebody who you walk up to the street and somebody and you ask them, hey, can I borrow $10? And they're just like, ooh, go away.
Go away.
Yeah. So, and a lot, it's kind of the same actually. It's the same. It's like, people who end up holding their signs at this, intersections and stuff like that must help, blah, 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 blah. Basically, that's what you're doing. On a spiritual level. You're holding the sign is your petition. Please help. Need money. And you're trying to get noticed. So, like, you kind of got to come off as appeasing. Honestly, if somebody's going to ask me for help or panhandle me or anything like that, they need to give me something in return before I give them, give them money that I work for.
You sound like you pick up hookers.
I know it. But no, and we've talked about this too. We've have met some rude panhandlers in the past. One day we were driving through the grocery store parking lot, and this guy just stands out, he gets in front of our car and holds a sign and wouldn't move.
Mm-hmm. I help them sometimes, but if they're rude, then I say no.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were talking about that one time that I gave money to that one guy.
Yes.
Oh, I got pissed. He was like, I only need 10 more bucks for baby formula. I felt bad for him. And I was getting my oil changed. I got a pair of shoes, and I was like, I have some extra cash. So I got him some water and a big ass thing, and then like 15 bucks. And I gave it to him. Hooker walked away, waited till I was down the block, walked back out and held out the sign again. And I was like,
Yeah, so a lot of it is like, petitioning your deity. Don't do stuff like that. That's rude.
Like if I was a deity, I would knock him back on the nose.
Yeah, and sometimes deities have been known to do stuff like that to teach you a lesson. Stay down there, cat.
Don't give me those sad eyes.
Mojo's trying to get on the couch with us.
This is my couch now.
Yeah, he has bad allergies. And Mojo's, it's a suede couch, so Mojo's hair gets stuck to it very easily. So, but yeah, you got to think of it like that. Because if somebody does that to me, if I was, if I were a deity, saying, I wish I was, but people will be like, oh, please help me and everything like that. And I promise this and I promise that. You don't hold your promise. I'm like, what about all this other stuff you said you were going to do? Did you do it? No, and now you're still begging for my help? I don't think so.
I'd be like Santissima.
Yeah, and we kind of had an experience with that recently too, where one of the deities that we were working with for somebody withdrew her help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you're probably watching this too.
So this is what happened. So, you want to tell the story because you had the first-hand experience?
Oh, shade.
So this is what happens, when, and we'll get into a lot of the details. Mojo, no, stay down there, please.
So, I'm not gonna say the name, what the spell was for, or what deity. Or can I say the deity?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was working with Hecate one night. We were chilling, doing my nightly ritual practice. And during the meditation portion of the practice, she was like, So she said this in a much better format. However, it boils down to, he ain't listening, get his shit out from my altar, deconsecrated, get it out, I'm not helping him. He did not uphold his end of the bargain. Why does he deserve anything for it in return?
Mm-hmm.
If he can't keep a promise, don't expect anything.
Yeah. So I had to relay the message, but it's just like, okay, what did I promise? What did I, say that I was going to do? Stuff like that.
Like, there's this.
Yeah. And you always have to remember, too, that desperation does not make a good magical partner. Meaning that if you're really hard up for results on something, get somebody else to do the work for you or help you with it, or do some cleansing work and then return to it, because if you're desperate, you're going to do all kinds of weird stuff. I've seen a lot of people make that mistake where they made promises and pacts with spirits and they didn't keep it, and their lives went to hell.
Ironic.
Yeah, and the thing with Hecate with that work was, person wanted specific work done, and had made promises to do all kinds of stuff, and just Hecate didn't see that they
We're serious.
Yeah.
She does not like her time wasted.
So with a lot of these deities, and I get in trouble for this all the time too, and he gets mad at me for it, is when we're doing evocations or channeling work and stuff like that, I ask the spirits the same questions.
I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna bitch slap you. Stop it.
Yeah. So
like if I was a spirit, my hand would be strong.
Right?
I'm like, stop asking.
Yeah. So yeah, with that, treat your deities with respect. Even if you're using like divine names or different aspects of different deities, treat it with the utmost respect. You don't want the universal flow to be like, okay, you're wanting all this and this and this, but you're not.
Be rude.
Yeah, you're not willing to give anything up. And
it's like when you go to the DMV and you're rude to them, and they make you get to the back of the line.
Oh yeah. Or when you're at the bar and you want to get a drink and you're rude to the bartender.
And rude to everyone in line, and the bartender sees it. He's like, I'm not helping you. And goes all over. That is hilarious. We got cut in line at the bar and that happened. And it was freaking awesome. And then they were like, excuse me. He like looked around and was like, what will you guys be having?
So yeah, I don't know what else to say about using divine names. Yeah, they can, they work pretty good. Work on different aspects and how you work with it, just treat it with respect. Try to work on it on a mundane level first before using magic. That's what I would say. That's usually what honestly, I don't do that much work. I hardly do any work for myself. Once in a while the occasional road opener, but that's about it. So, you just mostly do your devotional stuff these days.
Yeah, that's true, huh? I mostly just do devotionals.
Yeah, I think we got to that point in our life.
Or like a nun.
Yeah.
Or like a sexy pagan nun.
Yes. I'm a pun.
A
Pagan
pun.
nun. So yeah, we're working with divine names, so you gotta keep going back in and everything like that. The choice is yours. You can use them, you don't have to use them. It's not required to use them unless you're practicing a branch of ceremonial magic that requires that you use divine names. Remember that these, especially with rituals like the lesser banishing ritual, the pentagram has divine names set up for a particular reason in different areas. It has to do with the correspondences and the direction that they're placed. Also, there's some stellar stuff that goes on with all of that stuff. So, I've met some magicians who are like, well, the divine names are wrong because this is supposed to be over here and this is supposed to be over here, and they only got this one right.
You're like, no, your entire tradition stuff is published. You're fine.
Yeah, it's just like it's like calm down. Have you ever, done the research as to why these are like that, or are you just assuming?
They want to sound like they know everything.
Yeah.
That's why we don't talk to them anymore. Oh. Shade. I mean,
Shade.
shade.
It's a little cold in here. Yeah.
Sorry, it must be all that shade.
Yeah. So. Yeah, you can use divine names just about any way that you want to. In Middle Eastern traditions of, I'm not going to say it right, Ruanon, a lot of it's just devotional. Rumi?
Rumi?
That's the writer.
Oh.
He's a writer. It's like a Ruanon tradition. It's Middle Eastern form of ceremonial magic.
That stuff's cool. I just don't have the patience for it.
Yeah, it's a lot of devotional practices.
It says the guy who does like at least an hour's worth of devotional every day.
Yeah, but these are doing specific rituals, lying down, saying different prayers and stuff like that, and a lot of it can be Muslim based. Doesn't have to be, but it's an interesting practice. But it's just a lot of
really cool though.
Yeah, it's fun to see and fun to do, but it's just a lot of work, and I'm not part of that life. Well, I'm just lazy right now. So spiritually, I'm kind of going down some different avenues and stuff like that right now too. So
I've noticed that with the more devotional work I've been doing, my psychic development's getting a lot better.
Yeah, devotional. Depending on the deities that you're working with, like if we were praying, Kate, Muthiana. For the longest time, I used to work with Apollo for healing stuff, and I'd get my petitions in quick.
With Kate, I've just gotten like very energetic.
Yeah. Cool. So, but yeah, use your divine names. Try them, experiment with them. Remember, the goal is to get noticed so that you can get your petition answered. If you don't feel like you should be asking for something, maybe you should rethink that goal that you're working towards. If you think a deity is going to think that you're silly or crazy or...
Trust me, they've heard some stuff.
Yeah, remember they're a lot older than most of us are.
Like that time Hecate was by the foot of the bed. Oh, you're good. I used to live in Greece.
Yeah, that's crazy shit. But yeah, some of them are fun, especially when you get to working with different aspects with them, and you kind of get down to the communication aspect. Now, when we're saying that we're communicating with these deities, is it actually the deity?
Ooh, or is it like a mall Santa?
Exactly.
Oh.
That's another video topic.
I know. I like that. That I cannot say or lay claim to calling them mall Santas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't lay claim to that. That was in a lesson from a class that I was taking. I don't know if I could say who.
Yeah.
I can say who the class is with. It was with Jason Miller. He plugged that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into detail about it, but it's a pretty good class.
Deity Mall Santas. Yeah, I've kind of, and I've seen some stuff on it in other books too, so, but that's going to be another video topic.
Yeah, I think we're out of time.
I don't know, let me check. We've just been rambling for like the past 18 minutes.
Well, it's worth it, right? I hope.
Yeah.
If not, don't get mad. Peace.
Yeah. Don't be a hater, dear.
Oh. How much time do we got?
3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. This is the guy who's on Facebook.
What? I'm not being a hater. Oh, I got a client I called. That's right. Leave a voicemail. If you didn't leave a voicemail.
Ooh, someone's in trouble. Who are you gonna call? Dr. Love.
So, I think we're done for the video for now.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, please like, comment, subscribe. If you don't like the video, bye.
Oh, yeah, we got some questions on some Santissima stuff, but we're gonna save that for another time.
Yes, it's very broad.
Yeah.
So we can't just fit it all into like 1 30-minute video. So we'll probably end up doing some little, segments on Santissima Morte and everything like that here in the next couple of, well, maybe we'll do it throughout the summer.
Yeah,
This summer
that'd be
thing.
cool.
Yeah, every 3rd or 4th video, maybe something. We'll decide
Yeah.
as we go along.
But if you have comments, you can leave them down below after you hit like and subscribe, and share, you know.
Don't forget.
Oh!
And we also have other videos too that you can like, comment, and subscribe to, and also share.
Also, like our Facebook page, like if you want to like it.
Yeah,
We're working on getting like images of products up.
yeah. We're
That's just
supposed to
like-
work on that yesterday, but we got busy.
Yeah, we actually were busy though. We were working on client stuff.
Yeah, I
We had readings that had to get done,
Readings.
and order that had to get picked up, and then I had to do my drag stuff last night, so
Yeah.
I look pretty
So-
good, so it was worth it.
Yeah, and our website is back under construction. Yay!
Finally.
Yeah. So
If you're
we
watching
should-
this, thank you.
Yes. The power of
Well, you
complaining
were.
on the internet. when you winked for some reason, I closed both eyes. Yay!
You're like, oh, double wink, yes.
So we should have that information up. If you have any questions, feel free to give us an email. If you want to order something specific or have any questions about specific products that we carry, let us know and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. So, ready? Okay. We'll talk to you guys next time. So we'll see you guys later. Hope you guys all had a good.
Belting.
There you go. Belting.
Or Walpurgis night, whatever.
Yes.
Have fun at the Sabbath.
Bye, guys.
Bye.